Bushnell, industry leaders in high-performance sports optics. Federal premium ammunition, every shot counts. Savage Arms and Stephen Shotguns, the definition of accuracy. Gold Tip, the toughest arrows you will ever shoot. Damn straight. King's Camo, wherever you hunt, King's has you covered. Westside Stores, your outdoor sports authority. And these other fine sponsors. Argentina is located in the southern portion of South America, and the Bushnell's Trigger Effect team is being hosted by Caichue Pure Hunting. Caichue is the Rancoul Indian name for the area, meaning cleansing waters, presently known as the LaPampa province. The LaPampa province offers a large diversity of beautiful landscapes, including plains, lakes, woodlands, and sand dunes. The wildlife habitat provides the ultimate experience for hunting red deer, black buck, water buffalo, and wild boar. However, the coastal area, or Buenos Aires province, hosts amazing hunting for axis deer, birds, and wild boar. Kent and Dean are staying at functioning cattle ranches that were built in the early part of the last century. The ranches are maintained almost intact, and it shows the remains of Argentina's history. The ranches, with their humble architectural style, are derived from the country's pioneering past, consisting of mud and straw finishes, echoing the beauty and simplicity of the great outdoors. Everyone made us feel right at home and stressed that they wanted a space in our hearts and to be part of our adventure, for us to share with our friends, family, and viewers.
Hi folks, thanks for joining us here at Bushnell's Trigger Effect. This week, Dean and I are in Argentina. We're hunting red stag with Caichue Pure Hunting.
That's right, Kent. And I mean, we're arriving kind of middle roar, and you know, from just getting here last night late, we could hear them roaring.
Yep.
I am really excited about this one.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, the guides have everything all geared up. It looks like there's lots of stags still running around and roaring, so let's get out in the field and see if we can't chase down some of these Argentine stag.
You bet. Well, we've barely gotten out into the field, and our guide here, Sisto, he spotted a small bull, so it's a really good sign that they're moving around. We heard some roaring this morning, but we're going to keep on going down the road and looking for something bigger. So we just got dropped off. We have a new guide today, Sixto, and we are gonna walk from here and go see if we can find some red stag today. We're really looking forward to this. We love hunting these red stag. They're a lot of fun. We started to walk in, and we only got to our second little height of land, and our guide here, Sixto, he just spotted looks like a hind and a stag, probably about a kilometer away. But you know, just walking through this, you never know what you're going to see. I mean, we were walking and we're flushing up like a small partridge type species, and then we almost got visited in a bad way by a skunk. In Argentina. I'm not sure the species are solid black. They look very different from our skunks in North America for sure. But I think we're going to make a move on these stags right now. So we're walking towards a roar. When we first got here, the roar was going flat out, but it's really kind of quieting down, but we heard her where we start walking. We look to our left, we see a group of red deer there, and there looks like a stag up on the hill, but it's too far for us to tell if it's a good one or not, so we're just gonna watch it. The stag is doing very much like what a whitetail does. It's hanging out in the corner of the bush and just sitting there. So we've kind of got ourselves in position now. We bumped the hinds. They've headed in, so I think we're gonna hit the bush and see if we can track them down.
Stay tuned for more hunting action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect after this commercial break.
Nice.
Das ist nicht möglich.
Outstanding.
Nein! Nein! Nein!
There were generally two types of reactions to a recent light transmission test comparing a $2,600 leading European competitor to the Bushnell Elite 6500. See the results for yourself at bushnell.com.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Hunting Consultants Plus, more than just a booking agency. Now, let's return to the action with Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
We just moved in. We saw him last over here, but we just heard him roar right over here, so I think we're gonna sneak in. So we followed them in. We got close. We got a real quick glimpse of the bull, but unfortunately, we struck out. We're right at the tail end of the roar, and with as big as this country is and how many hiding places there are, unless the stags are roaring, it's very, very difficult to figure out how to key in on these things. But we're not going to give up. It just means our job's tougher. Well, we've covered a lot of miles, but again, as I had mentioned earlier before, when you don't have them roaring, it's very difficult to locate these animals. But we've seen some fresh pig sign in the area. We did see some stags this morning. We did see one really good bull, but we just couldn't close the gap. So we're going to head back now and grab some lunch and be back out again in the evening. So we are out here on an evening hunt. We've been spotting black buck everywhere, red stag everywhere. We're just gonna top out the hill. Our guide, Sisto, has seen red stag here, so let's go have a look. So what we're doing is we're watching a very, very big herd of red stag out in, it looks like an agricultural field. And we're just gonna watch their movement. They seem to be kind of working towards us, but there's one really big bull we can see from a distance and a whole bunch of other bulls. So we're just gonna play the patience game, which seems to be the best way to hunt here in Argentina.
Well, the herd of stag were on the move, and our guide Sisto knew exactly where they were going. It was time to lace up our hikers and get on the move.
Gotten to a vantage point. We're gonna see if we can put eyes on these red deer. That was a bit of a push, I'm muffin. So we're gonna kind of use this tree as cover. The group is still about 1,000 yards out, but they're moving this way. Hopefully light lasts. How far, Kent?
261 yards.
261?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. They came all in, and I couldn't hold off. I had to hold off my shots quite a bit because there was hinds everywhere.
Oh yeah, he's hurt.
We're gonna head up. I'm pretty sure it was a good hit, but we're just gonna give a bit and see what happens. But let's get going.
Bushnell's Trigger Effect will return shortly after this commercial break.
No matter the target, every shot counts. No matter the shot, every impact takes a toll. That's why every gold tip arrow starts with smart carbon technology for unmatched toughness and straightness retention, so they stay true shot after shot. From the range to the hunt, and every challenge in between. Gold tip. Start tough, stay true.
To make the big shots, you've got to be ready in tough spots. The new Trigger Stick Gen 3 makes it faster than ever to shoot steadier than ever. With one-hand trigger adjustments, a new quick detach yoke for fast switches from optics to gun, and new locking leg angles for full adjustments in any terrain. Be more than rock steady, be shock steady. The new Trigger Stick Gen 3, only from Primos.
For more information on Bushnell's Trigger Effect, visit our website or Facebook. Now, back to the action.
So, the bull's down. We're gonna head out there. We're gonna give him a bit though. He kind of went down slow, not really fast. But it was a really, really far poke out to him. But it looks like a beautiful stag.
As we approached the tree that we saw the stag bedded under, we realized his head was still up. We rapidly picked up our pace to finish the hunt before we lost our last light.
Holy, I'll tell you, we put the football run on this deer, and we finally found it bedded up under a tree, got on it, so I am poop tired right now. Holy, that is a red stag down in Argentina. Cito, thank you. It's what an exhilarating experience. I mean, we followed that herd for probably the better half of an hour and a half. My first shot was amongst a whole bunch of hinds. I had to take my time. Unfortunately, I took it on the run. I think I hit a little far back on the first shot. And then thanks to our trackers, we're able to get up on it and put the finishing shot, which makes me feel better. But I'll tell you, these Argentine animals are tough as nails. I want to go put my hands on some bone here.
Well, folks, as you can see, it's dark. We pushed this one right to the very last light. The guides did an amazing job on calling where these animals were going to move to. My first shot was a little back, but we tracked it down. I was able to put a great second shot on it. But look at this stag, folks. It's got beautiful crowns, nice mature animal. I could not be a happier person. You know, I can't put enough thanks out to Caichue Pure Hunting here in Argentina. This is such a game-rich environment, and this Bushnell Trigger Effect boy is going home extremely happy.
Lethbridge College proudly presents Conservation Connection.
Thanks for joining us again with Conservation Connection here at Lethbridge College. Today, I have Gord Cox. He's one of the instructors in the enforcement program here at Lethbridge. Gord, can you tell us a little bit about CITES and what CITES maybe stands for?
Yeah, you bet. So CITES is the Convention on International Trade of Endangered Species, and it's a convention that was put together by 186 member countries that have now joined it to protect the endangered and threatened species of the world. So this is going to affect hunters that hunt internationally. They'll have to know that some of the rules regarding bringing animals back that they've hunted in a foreign jurisdiction.
Well, that's great. And what would some of those species be?
So some of the ones are going to be some of your big African species like elephants, rhinos, things like that. But even things hunters may not have known, like the alligator species in the U.S. The American alligator requires an export permit from the U.S. to bring it out of the U.S. into any other country.
That's great. And what are some of the species here in Canada that would be listed on some of those CITES permits?
So Canada, some of the big ones that if hunters were coming to Canada and then leaving would be wolves, bears, and some of the big cats like cougar, lynx, bobcat.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for that information, Gord. Make sure you check your regulations. Make sure you understand what species are allowed to be brought in and out of the country. And let's get back to some more Bushnell's Trigger Effect. What a beautiful morning here in Argentina. It's my turn to be after red stag this morning, so we're going to be heading out right away. The roar for the red stag is starting to tail down, but they were still roaring a bit there last night. So the guides are going to be picking us up here in a second or two, and we're going to be heading out into the field. Well, we just stopped where we saw those stags go over the red deer go over the hill. We're going to go up to the top here. Apparently it's just a gorgeous view. We'll get a shot of the countryside and hopefully we'll find us a big stag out in the group. Well, I just got a glimpse of this red stag. Gustavo says that it's a really good one, but we've got other red deer in between us and him, so we're going to just watch him for a little bit. He's moving to the right. We're going to see where he goes and hopefully make a plan to get in close to him. So Gustav's pretty excited about this stag. He says it's a good one.
More Bushnell's Trigger Effect after these important messages.
With the lightweight configuration of the Savage MSR-10 Hunter, you can be ready for any scenario, so you can enjoy the journey and the trophy. The MSR-10 Hunter. Savage. Better comes standard.
My camo doesn't need the match, and I don't care about a deer's net score.
I won't be at your game Friday night.
I will keep looking at trail camera photos until this meeting is over.
For those who live to hunt and refuse to compromise, the new Trophy and Trophy Extreme binoculars, featuring the clarity of optics costing hundreds more and the industry's finest no questions asked lifetime warranty.
They're the optics your rich uncle would own if he wasn't such a pretentious fanboy.
Welcome back to Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Here we go. He's got beautiful tops with real ivory tips. Hopefully we get a closer look at him. Oh, we're very, very close to these stag.
I think he will appear there.
On the hill?
Because on the hill or maybe a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
I think we have to go to que si que nos acomodemos en esos arbolitos.
Yeah.
We have to go there.
Okay, we're gonna move up about 50 yards. Oh, we're probably within 150 yards of these red deer. Looks like he's got about 4 or 5 hinds with him, but he's roaring. He's pretty active. So we're just deciding on. There he is. There he is. Here he comes. I'm gonna wait for a broadside shot. Here we go.
Beautiful stag. Beautiful morning.
Yeah, beautiful
Couldn't
morning.
ask for a better morning.
They come to us.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like, you know.
Just like my black buck.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, let's go.
You bet.
Oh, it's nice, buddy.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Gracias. Well, I couldn't be happier. This is my first Argentinian red stag. Gustavo, Sixto were great guides here at Caichue Pure Hunting. If you haven't hunted Argentina, these are the people you need to go with. Absolutely fantastic area. Game rich like you wouldn't believe. No matter where you looked, there was game. Beautiful red stag, beautiful morning. Couldn't be happier. Well, we've had an absolutely fantastic morning this morning. Now we're heading back to the lodge, gonna have a lunch and maybe a bit of a siesta.
Well, here we are, Kent, in the beautiful hunting lodge here at Caichue Pure Hunting in Argentina, and I can't express it enough. I mean, I've never hunted red stag. I know you have in New Zealand. This was my first experience, and I can still feel those roars in my chest.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. There was so many red stag running around. I mean, these are free-range red stag, and our guides, Sixto and Gustavo, did a fantastic job getting us in close and after these stags, and we both got some beautiful trophies.
Oh, we got excellent trophies, and I mean, I was really shocked at how leery these animals were and how tough it was to get up close and personal with them. But again, like you said, our guides did an amazing job.
Yeah, they sure did. So make sure you join us next week for another exciting episode of Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
Canadian Wild Turkey Federation is a proud conservation partner of Bushnell's Trigger Effect. Taxidermy services for Bushnell's Trigger Effect.
We're in the absolutely beautiful hunting lodge at Caichue Pure. Caichue Pure.
Cisco, go grab it.
Uno, dos. Oh, he's heavy. So, uno, dos.
Woo! One more? Or it's okay there?
That was easy. Thanks.
This has been a Thunder Boys production.